Happy Friday. This is the last of our coffees this week. Thank you for joining me and starting your day off in this way. Uh, this section we're looking at today is also from Luke. It's two chapters later from yesterday, Luke 15. Part of this is, well, yes, these are present yesterday's passage is present in Matthew. Luke is more explicit in showing both the masculine and feminine. If you watch the Gospels Bible study session about Luke, you'll see that very often this is a theme for Luke, that a man experiences God, then a woman experiences God. God does something that's more masculine, God does something that's more feminine. This fits this biblical model of both genders, so to speak, and understanding of God's revealed. I look at chapter 15, it kind of as an overview here, all right? So we have the parable of the lost sheep. So a male shepherd goes and retrieves the lost sheep, right? You probably know the story, right? That rejoice with me, I found the one sheep that was lost, even though the other sheep were safe. And then what do we have? The next story, which is the one we're going to focus more on today, a woman, having lost 10 coins, searches for one of them, right? And she searches through the whole house. So again, we have this masculine searching, and now we have this feminine searching. God's power of redemption, again, as we talked about in the sermon on Sunday, is technically a feminine word. Saving's a masculine word, okay? And it's funny because the root for redeemer, all, traditionally was the oldest male in the family would be a redeemer for a financial transaction. If someone wasn't dead in the family or other issues, the redeemer would go and settle the account, usually the oldest male. However, the action is feminine. And so together, kind of like Jesus on the cross, God incarnate as a man doing an action that is overtly feminine, both are present yet again. This is no accident. And so here, we have this, we keep going through these. These are all parables of seeking the lost, seeking the lost, seeking the lost, right? And if you keep going, remember, chapters weren't added until 1,000-ish years later after they were written. We keep going, and we have these moments in the Gospel of Luke where people are redeemed. So it's a very heavy theme here. But specifically, let's look at the woman and lost coin, shall we? This feminine understanding of redemption, as Jesus puts it. This idea of, I'll just read real quick. It's just a shorter section. What of that with the woman having 10 silver coins? She loses one of them, does not light a lamp, sweep the house, search carefully until she finds it. When she has found it, she calls together her friends and neighbors, saying, "Rejoice with me, for I have found the coin that I have lost." Just so I tell you, there is joy in the presence of angels of God over one sinner who repents. Now, obviously, this isn't a COVID-19 appropriate that they invited the neighbors over. Anyway, a little humor doesn't hurt, right? But God will not stop searching for us, seeking us out, right? Overturning the house. I like that image. That's the image. There's a lot of images in the Bible that are harder for us to understand with our context. I can understand overturning a house. It's going to be a lot of work. You're going to have to put everything back. It's going to be kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest. But it's worth it to find that one coin, right? That you have 9 more. To God, one more person being redeemed, that being found with new life, right? That's worth it to God. I think about, too, with this passage, this idea of joy, right? That there's so much joy, that God rejoices in when good things happen. Again, going back to Mother's Day and such, when we accomplish things, when good things happen in our life, our mothers celebrate us. They celebrate with us. They, I don't know. I know mothers who will talk to their fellow mother friends, and often they talk about their kids. They're excited to celebrate what's happening in their lives and them. They love them. And this is how God is with us too. So I hope that this series has been helpful for you, efficacious. We might do the same thing for Father's Day week. We'll see. We'll see what's going on in the world in a month from now, but that might be a fun experience as well. So for today, think about how is God's force of redemption, how is God's, how does God turning over everything in your life for your sake? Or how do you see that God doing that in the world in general? How is God not giving up on us? That's something to to contemplate, and also too, how can we have joy? I think there's so much going on right now. How can we have joy in this time, even when things seem everything's messed up? How can we find the joy that God provides? So that's two things to really chew on for the weekend. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you Sunday.